Hello, friends. Welcome back to Shadow Play Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me here today. If you are new to the channel, welcome. Make yourselves at home. There is plenty of content to catch up on. And if you are returning, well, friends, I tell you all the time, I appreciate you so much being here. I hope you guys are doing well. And maybe you can tell a little bit. I do have some allergies today. I'm waiting for that pill to kick in. So if you are also sniffly, I hope that you are on the mend. And with that being said, friends, let's get into it. Today, we're going to be talking all about you and seeing what's going on with you. We're going to be doing a little energy check. I used to do these all the time at the beginning of when I started the channel. And somewhere along the way, we kind of veered off path from that. But I would like to tap back in and check in on you and see what is going on in your energy and then what your guides would like you to know. With that being said, this is going to be a very general message. So, however it applies to you and your situation, as long as you recognize the energy and it feels right to you, then it's a message you're meant to hear. But if it is confusing or you're just not sure what I'm talking about, those could be indicators that it may not be your story today. With that being said, though, you guys know what to do. We have three groups to choose from. We have group number one, group number two, and group number three. Whenever you're ready, I'm at your reading. Hello, my group number ones. If you picked the sticker, then welcome to your reading, friends. Today, we're going to be looking into your energy and seeing what is going on with you and what would your angels and your guides like you to know at this moment in time. This is a timeless reading, so whenever you come across it, you may have messages waiting for you. Now, we are going to be talking all about you today. So if you're not recognizing the energy as we're moving through it, that's okay. It just may mean that it's not your story today. Besides that, though, let's try to have fun with it and see what we can learn. This is going to be a very general message, so it could apply to any area of your life. And so, my babies, let's get to it. I hope you guys are doing well. And thank you, Spirit, for allowing me to channel these messages today for my group number ones. Messages for my group ones, please. Messages for my group number ones. What can we know? What can you tell us? What's going on in my group number one's energy? What's going on in the energy? Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group number ones, please. What's going on with my group ones? How will they know this is going to be their reading? Messages for my group number ones. What's going on in their energy? What do we need to talk about today? What's going on? All right. We have the Nine of Wands, the Four of Cups in reverse, the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. So for some of you guys, your life or your body or your circumstances are starting to reflect issues or things that haven't been working out in your life. These could even be goals that you've had that you've been trying to work towards them, but you just feel like you keep hitting roadblocks, or things that you've been wanting to accomplish, but you just haven't been able to. There is a sense here of, hey, pay attention, or hey, something's trying to get your attention. Now, I did just hear warning shots, so I don't know if some of you guys, it's almost like you've been kind of shown or there's been signs. But there is kind of exhaustion that is coming through, and also an acknowledgement of you've been feeling this way for a long time or dealing with this for a long time, or there's a lot of wounding that you're still working through. So again, some of you guys could already be at the point where you're saying, okay, that's not working anymore, or I can't do that anymore, or I can't partake in that anymore. So something like that. Now, on the flip side as well, maybe this is relating to your career and you feel like something's not working out here. There just seems to be some kind of roadblock between you and accomplishing a goal or getting the most for your efforts. Because it does feel like you've been putting effort into things, but just not getting the results just yet. Messages for my group number ones. What's their energy? What do we need to talk about today? We have Six of Cups and Chariot. Okay, I like that energy. We'll talk about that in a second. Why the Nine of Wands? Messages for my group number ones. What's their energy? What's going on with them? How will they know this is their reading? How will my group number ones know this is their reading? What do we need to talk about today? Why the Strength card? Why the Chariot? Okay. So this does talk about, I'm kind of sensing fears or nervousness over my stability or over the longevity of something. What does this look like for the long term? What does my life look like? What does this relationship look like? Or where do I imagine myself living? Whatever it is, it feels like we're thinking about our roots. Now, some of you guys could be feeling very nostalgic lately, looking at old pictures or looking at things that remind you of the past. Maybe you're even watching like old TV shows from when you were in a different place in your life. There does seem to be this wanting to spark this curiosity. There's also this feeling of wanting to reconnect. So some of you guys could be wanting to reconnect with people or things from the past that are close to your heart, are dear to your heart. But there's this feeling here of, can I do this for the long term, or would this be stable for the long term, or what am I doing for the long term? This Chariot tells me you're moving forward or you're wanting to move forward. Maybe some of you guys even have been thinking about moving back home, quote unquote home, wherever that is. Home to you could be the place you grew up. Home to you could be the place you spent your teen years or your 20s, and that's where you felt most at peace. So wherever you feel at home, there could be this feeling of wanting to return back to it. Again, a feeling here of wanting roots, but also having to admit that what we're doing or what has been happening or circumstances, whatever it is, it's not getting us any closer, or something here is not working. So now maybe it's time for you to, maybe you feel like it's time to make a judgment call, or it's time to kind of decide. I do feel like there's a lot of conflicting thoughts. Again, there is exhaustion that is coming through, or just like, I'm tired. I've been through so much, or what, there's no end to this, or when is it going to get better? Maybe you feel alone. This is when Lydia starts to write out, I am alone, and she's writing out her farewell note, God forbid, but this is the Beetlejuice deck. That's why I bring that up. All right. Um, all right, so we have Leo, Sagittarius, and Cancer coming through strongly. Okay, let's see. I want to pull one more here for this page in the Six of Cups. All right, tell me more. So if this is talking about your relationships or wanting love in relationships, it could be, you enjoy talking to people and getting to know people, but you also fear, like, is this person here for the long run, whether it's romantic or friendships? So Wheel of Fortune in reverse, this feels like you're going back to something again. That thing that's close to your heart, or what you go back to. Two of Cups, it's for you. Now, maybe this is talking about a soulmate or reuniting with a soulmate. Some of you guys could be feeling like this feeling of missing or loss or yearning. Maybe you felt it your whole life, and you didn't know where it came from. And maybe it stems from, you haven't found all of your family yet in this lifetime. There's still people out there that you're meant to meet that are going to be soulmates, whether this is one or, several different ones that come in the form of maybe chosen family. There's this feeling here of soul connection and reunion or reuniting. All right. We have Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, Scorpio coming through. We have the Hangman in reverse. You're starting to see things differently, or again, you're wanting to come back together or reunite. All right. Ten of Swords, Ace of Cups. In order to do that, you're going to have to move on and move forward and be open to a new beginning. So the only way to get new love or new opportunity is to go through, like, metaphorically walk through the fire to get to the other side. All right. If that sounds familiar, my group ones, let's continue. All right. Thank you, Spirit. What does my group number one's guides want them to know? What does our guides want them to know? Thank you, Spirit. Messages from my group number ones. Messages from their guides, please. What would their angels and guides like them to know? Messages from their guides, please. What do my group number ones need to know? message from their guides, please. Their angels and guides. What do they need to know? What do my group number ones need to know? Rest. It's time to rest and find peace. There's a feeling here of moving forward, moving on, taking control, and being at peace with things. Things are going to start to be revealed to you, and you're going to, it's like there's a feeling here of trusting, but also of you being honest with maybe yourself or seeing the truth to situations. And this is actually giving you a window of opportunity to move on, move forward, forge ahead. But they want you first. It's like there's also something here about sleep, maybe focusing on your sleep, your well-being, but finding peace, taking a break as well, a much needed break. Queen of Swords in reverse. Tell me about the Four of Swords. What do my group number ones, angels and guides, want them to know? Why the Four of Swords? Messages for my group number ones. Why the Moon in reverse? All right, so the path ahead is going to be revealed to you. And if something is causing you this much anxiety or this much strife of your long term, there's truth behind that. Whether the truth is, oh, this just means that I don't have enough information to know what's next. So I just got to, know that it might be a little uncomfortable, but also know that there's a part of the situation that is moving forward. Now that I see what I have to see, now that it's been revealed to me, now I can make changes. Now, for some of you guys, this is lifestyle changes. For others of you, this is talking about your career or stability that you want in a relationship or relationships in general. There is a feeling here of it is being revealed to you that it is time to take action or it's time to move forward. But if you're not necessarily sure how that is, I do think that the information you need, like I said, it's being revealed to you, or this is something that you're becoming aware of, or you will be pretty soon. There's a feeling here that you're going to see that something is not working for the long term and it needs your attention. And it's going to take a lot of strength and courage and maybe even discipline, because maybe there's no accountability to anyone outside of yourself. And sometimes that can be challenging. It's like once you get going and you're like, okay, I'm going to hold myself accountable. It's like once you get yourself in that mindset, it's completely, doable, 100%. It's just kind of getting there, especially if you're not used to it. Or especially if you're doing something so different and so uncomfortable, the brain will lie to you. The intuition and your heart will not lie to you, but your brain will. And that's when we get that Five of Swords energy. All right. So there is a feeling here of you seeing bigger picture and lessons. And if something is causing you a lot of strife or overthinking, that's a sign to take a break and revisit this idea or revisit the issue, revisit the plan at a later date. No one's telling you months or weeks later, but it's almost like in the moment, I don't have the answer. So I need to find peace with that. There's something here about you maybe putting your guard down or not feeling defensive, or if you start to feel defensive or triggered, maybe being honest with yourself about where that's coming from, because I feel like there's an answer there that can help you, tap into this strength card. This could also be talking about you getting stuck in your head and other things or activities that you could do that could help you with that. If you guys are on social media like a lot, but it's negatively impacting you or it's affecting your rest, your sleep, your peace, it could also be something like that. There's a feeling here of longevity, and only you kind of know how that applies or what that means to you. Tell me about the Chariot and the King of Pentacles. Messages for my group number ones. What would the angels and guides like them to know? Why the Chariot and the King of Pentacles? King Roach came out. This is talking about you taking charge, being passionate, and moving ahead. Now, if this is talking about a relationship, this is about the right one, or the one that's for you is going to be driving things ahead and not making you question so much. If this is you, this is talking about your physical health, your vitality, your creativity, your passions, and also how you make money or your stability and your ability to be there for others. almost like a pillar. So just different things coming through, okay? We have, of course, fire and earth coming through, Aries, Leo, Sag, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, strong on the Leo. And then we also have Pisces with that moon card. A little bit of air as well, but it's very heady. So, of course, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini show up. All right, my group number ones. That is what I have for you today. I wasn't sure what oracle cards to use for you. So why don't we get you an affirmation and then, yeah, and we'll do a question as well. Thank you, Spirit. Can we get a message for my group number ones? All right. That one says, I draw boundaries between myself and others' energies. I do not take on what is not mine. All right. So boundaries needed for some of you. All right, friends, start thinking of your question. It doesn't have to be relating to the reading. It could be about anything. Pause the reading if you need more time. All right, thank you, Spirit. Can we get an answer for the question on my group number one's mind? Yeah, I've realized it's already yours. So that to me is a yes. My group number ones, that is what I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed your reading. I hope it resonated. Thank you so much for being here today. Please take care of yourselves, and I'll catch you at the next one. Thanks, guys. Hello, my group number twos. If you pick this sticker, well, I see you and I feel you, but welcome to your reading, my group number twos. Let's dive in. We're going to be talking all about you today. We are going to be doing a little energy check-in and seeing what is going on in your energy and in your life. And then we're going to be asking the question, what do your angels and your guides want you to know at this moment in time? We haven't done one of these in a really, really long time, so I'm excited to tap in and get some messages for you. Now, we are going to be talking about you today, my group two, so it should be a lot easier to discern if this reading is for you or not, because you should be able to recognize the energy. It should feel somewhat familiar. If it sounds confusing, though, or you're just not sure what I'm talking about, that's a sign, a big, big sign that it's probably not for you today. But okay, my tummy trouble kings and queens, let's dive in. Let's see what is going on with you today. And yeah, let's get into it. Thank you so much for being here today, my babies. And thank you, Spirit, for allowing me to channel these messages today for my group number twos. My group number twos, please. Messages for my group number twos. What can we know? What can you tell us? What is going on with my group number twos? What's going on in their energy? Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group number twos, please. What's going on in their energy? What do we need to talk about today? What's going on with them? What's going on in their energy and in their life? What do we need to talk about today? How will they know this reading is for them? How will my group number twos know that this reading is for them? Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group twos, please. What's going on in their energy? Ace of Cups in reverse. Oh, it's literally, I don't feel good. We have the two love cards in reverse, so the Ace and the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Swords. We have the Two of Pentacles, Nine of Cups in reverse. Okay, so this is not for all of you. For some of you, this is talking about a runner-chaser dynamic. Now, it could just be in love in general. It doesn't have to be with one specific person. This could be that maybe you feel like you're always chasing like the feel good or chasing a feeling or wanting to find this. Whether this is, through, relationships or friendships or, finding the right thing for you, something that feels good. So that's for some, runner chaser. Now, for others of you, this could be talking about a specific relationship where things have been in and out, or there's been some ups and downs or some backs and forths, maybe in and out of your life, and your love life just isn't where you want it to be, or emotionally you're not feeling how you want to feel because it doesn't feel fulfilling. It feels a little stale. Sometimes I think of this Ace of Cups as a beautiful goblet of the best water, you could get, like whatever the best water is. And you leave it on your nightstand or on your side table. And it's like you leave it there overnight and it's uncovered. You're not going to drink it anymore because now it's collecting dust. Now things have landed in it. But somehow you kind of don't end up moving it. It just stays there longer and longer. And that's what the Ace of Cups in reverse feels like to me. Like it has gone stale. It's time to empty it out. It's time to clean it. It's time to refill my cup. So there's a feeling here of feeling a little empty in that way. emotionally, and it doesn't have to just be with your romantic love life. It could just be how you feel about yourself or your life or the world, or it just it doesn't feel good. It feels a little icky. Why the Ace of Cups in reverse? All right, we have the Hierophant in reverse. We have the Eight of Wands that wanted to come through. Now, interesting, I keep getting running, or I keep getting chasing. I keep getting go, go, go. But it doesn't, it's not like suiting us, or we're not finding what feels good or what we want. Why the Nine of Swords? Messages for my group twos. Now remember, this is obviously a general reading, so take the messages as they apply to you and your life and your situation. I am going to try my best to, have them describe the messages in different ways that they could come through. I just want to remind you of that, because I definitely feel like this group is split. It's all about love, but it just is not the same kind of love for all of you guys, obviously. Um, but they're saying here that there's a feeling of avoidance, or there's a feeling of chasing. So if you find yourself, in one-sided friendships or one-sided love situations, maybe there's a thrill to the chase, or maybe there's something here that draws us in. Now, this could also be saying that we're ignoring the fact that our actions have also possibly contributed to this, or where our actions stem from. There is a feeling here of life is trying to hand you, let's say a lemon, to make some lemonade, but you're like, nope, I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't need it. And life is like, but hey, you haven't like drank anything in a while. You're a little parched. You're a little thirsty. Here, take this. And you're like, nope, I'm totally fine the way things are. So again, there could also be an energy of a running because of a rejection wound or something relating to that. Okay. So, kind of big stuff surrounding your emotions and your love. Now, your love life. Now, this could also be, if some of you guys, if this is not about romantic love or your partnerships or anything like that, and it's talking about work or where your career is going, there could be a feeling of, I'm bored, I'm over it, or I'm not getting out of this what I thought I was going to. Um, and there's a feeling here of almost wanting to disassociate or disconnect from that, almost to just like get by, right? It's almost like I'm coping. The Two of Pentacles, with the Eight of Swords in reverse, maybe you're juggling two things in your life, or you're going back and forth between things. And this is just kind of what you do to help you get out of the feeling of feeling stuck or in a rut, or getting too much in your head over things. Tell me why the Nine of Cups in reverse. Messages for my group. Maybe some of you guys are just bored because maybe like work is taken over, or life serious, like the serious things in life or something like that. And maybe this is asking for balance. Why the Nine of Cups in reverse? We have the Five of Cups and the Page of Wands. So there is a feeling here of loss, grief, shame, or regret, that is coming through over things not being the way that we want them to, or the way we wish they were. I wish things were different, or I wish it wasn't like this. And we're kind of sitting in this energy of sadness, but at the same time, we could be ignoring something else that could be done, or that we could bring our attention to create some kind of change. Now, this is also telling me with the Ten of Wands and this Page of Wands, there's a lot of fun, or there's maybe it's casual connections, or flirtiness, or needing more fun. Take it how it applies, but there's a big burden that is affecting this. Let's talk about it in a couple of different ways. For some of you guys, it could be dealing with the type of people that maybe do want you to chase them, and it's all fun and games until it's not, until you end up feeling the burden of these wands and putting in a lot of effort. Now, for others of you, if this is talking about work, again, maybe it's talking about needing more balance because things have gotten too serious. And it's like you work so hard, or you carry this burden. There's something here about you bringing more fun into your life, or more joy, feeling good. This is a lot more playful. Now, if this is talking about dating, this feels like there's a lot of regrets, or a lot of sadness, or the burden about dating, and, hookups, or just for casual. It's maybe that's what's weighing on you. And so you're just disconnecting, which, you know, I completely understand. I'm here with you Monday through Friday for the last 4 years. So I get it. I could understand why you might feel that way. But energetically, that's where we're picking up on as to where you're currently at, all right, with things. So majors, we have Taurus coming through. Tell me about the Ace of Cups in reverse with the Hierophant in reverse. Some of you guys could be wanting like commitment in love and all that stuff, the devil. But the devil's out there. There's a lot of lust, a lot of desire, a lot of passion. Um, you know, there's a feeling here of knowing that and of acknowledgement over past experiences that you've been through. And so that could be why you're just kind of disconnecting for some of you, or ignoring, or you're just kind of bored. Um, that devil could also be working a lot, overworking. All right, so we have fire signs that showed up, Aries, Leo, Sag, and then more Taurus, Libra, and Capricorn. All right, my babies, if that sounds like you, let's see what your angels and your guides want you to know at this moment in time. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group number twos, please. What would their angels and guides like them to know? What is it my group number twos need to know? Messages from their angels and guides, please. What is it that they need to know? Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group twos. Messages from their angels and guides. What do my group number twos need to know? Thank you, Spirit. Messages from my group twos. What do they need to know? Messages from their angels and guides. Oh my gosh, I love that. We're taking that. I saw it at the bottom of the deck. 6 of Wands. This is about being seen. This is about success. This is about feeling recognized. Oh, interesting. Maybe you feel a little weird about getting attention. Or maybe you're not sure what success means or looks like to you. With that 5 of Swords, it tells me that there's a lot of thoughts coming through. Maybe you see other people and what they have, and it stirs up feelings. And if that's the case, they're saying like this weighs on you pretty heavily. It's like, it doesn't matter what things look like on the outside. It's how you feel. The burden is heavy for this group. It is. And they're trying to bring awareness to that. There is a feeling here of certain people in your life or things not being to your benefit. This could be people that you were friends with, or coworkers, people that were supposed to be on the same page, but if anything, they make me feel kind of funny about what I have, who I am, or what I want. If that's not the case, this is talking about you possibly giving your energy, your time, your effort to people that just kind of aren't worth it. Now, that sounds kind of rough, but you know what I mean. Like in your life, it's not worth it. Not everyone is going to be deserving of your energy, your time, or your, let's face it, your grace sometimes. These could be people, things, or environments that hold you back. So they're saying, don't ignore this. You guys could have people that are jealous of you if it's not the emotions that are, if it's not you feeling this, it could be other people that feel this way about you. And in return, there's little comments or little things. There's energy that dings at you that you may not know or realize is kind of making you feel kind of icky. Again, there's a feeling here of, hey, don't ignore this. Don't ignore how that person made you feel or what they said, or don't ignore how you feel, because this is actually holding you back. Why the 6 of Wands? Messages from my group number twos, angels and guides. What do they want them to know? Why the 6 of Wands? We have the Emperor reverse. So there's something here about either how your career looks, your job looks, or your relationship, or what you look for in a partner. What you look for in a partner for some of you could be a little bit on the, I'm so sorry, but it's like the shallow side or the materialistic side. If that's not you, you know that's not you. But, you know, sometimes we can't help it. We're humans. We have eyeballs. We have likes, you know. So you may go for a certain type that looks a certain kind of way. You might be someone that's like into, I don't know, maybe you're into fashion and you notice when someone's wearing like the right shoes, the right quote unquote shoes, or an expensive watch. And so without even kind of realizing it, draws you in, but then you may end up kind of in this energy of giving these people, you know, time and space, and it's not really to your benefit. Now, for others of you, It could be that what you do for work, maybe it makes other people feel some type of way, or maybe your security, or maybe it's on the flip side. Maybe you're feeling some type of way over what other people have. Again, there's this feeling here of how things are viewed on the inside versus how they actually feel. We have the Knight of Wands, the Five of Swords. This is also talking about impulsive decisions that end up kind of making you either regret them, or maybe you try to get people to chase you, or people try to get you to chase them. And there's a feeling here. 10 of Swords. We're going to take that 10 of Swords. Look at all these tens. 10, 10, 10. 10 of Cups. I just want to be happy. I shouldn't have to fight this hard to be happy. Or people that are happy for me aren't going to say weird things or make me get in my head. There's a feeling here of what truly makes you happy, and there's no defensiveness behind that. There's no having to prove yourself. There's no having to fight. 10 of Wands, 10 of Swords. You've worked really hard for what you have, or there's some tough ending. If it's a certain job or relationship that is no longer for you, or people that have made you feel this way. There's a feeling here of you needing time and distance, and you thinking back. You think back to all the times that this has happened, or something like this has happened. There's a feeling here of don't forget. Why the Eight of Cups in reverse? And by you not saying anything, or you not remembering, or you kind of refusing to kind of think about that or acknowledge that, it's keeping you in the same place. All right. Maybe what made you happy in 2020 isn't what makes you happy in 2025. And that's okay. Like I would hope that some of those same things that made you happy back then aren't the same things now, because some of those things you probably had to grow out of. And I say we as a collective. That's only normal. And then there's certain things that are always going to be a part of you. Those are your core things, right? Your the core of who you are. That doesn't change. What does change is things that we need to grow out of. And it does feel like there's awareness here. All right. Don't forget, bitch. Don't forget with the certain things that have happened, even though it's easy to because of trauma and just life and stuff. I get it. But your girl, I'm a Gemini moon. I keep receipts. You say something funny to me, oh, I might forget exactly what you said, but I will never forget how you made me feel. And that alone is, yeah, it just stays ingrained. And not that I hold on to grudges, but I will pull out the filing cabinet years later and be like, you know what? I don't know about you. You made me feel funny back in February of 2003. All right. I feel bad for any kid that messes with my kid, because I don't forget that. All right, messages for my group number 2. So we're doing words of affirmation, and then you guys will also get to ask a question. You guys can start thinking about your question while we pull your affirmation card. All right, we have, I am more powerful than I imagine. I love that. I actually think you should repeat this to yourself. Keep it, keep it in your phone, in your notes app. It's a nice little affirmation. I'm more powerful than I imagine. All right, my babies, think of your question. Thank you, Spirit. Can we get an answer to my group 2's question? Any question is fine, friends. We'll try to get you an answer. You'll know it. All right, we have take it to the altar. So this is talking about manifesting. This is talking about prayer. This is talking about going within, okay? This is also talking about all the answers that you need I feel like are in front of you. My group number 2s, I appreciate you guys being here so much. I hope you enjoyed your reading. Please take care of yourselves, and I'll catch you at the next one. Thanks, guys. Hello, my group number 3s. If you picked the sticker, then welcome to your reading, friends. Today we're doing a little energy check on you and seeing what is going on in your life, in your energy. And then we're going to be getting some messages from your angels and your guides and seeing what they want you to know today. This is a timeless reading, so whenever you come across it, there could be messages for you. Now, keep in mind, it is a collective reading, but this reading should be way easier to discern if it's for you or not, because we're going to be talking all about you. So obviously, if it doesn't feel familiar to you, if it sounds confusing and not making sense, those are all really big indicators that it's just not your story today. Besides that, though, let's try to keep an open mind. These are general messages, so it could pertain to any area of your life. I will do my best to translate the different ways the energy is coming through. Besides that, though, my babies, thank you for being here today. You guys know I love hanging out with you. All right, let's dive in. Thank you, Spirit, for allowing me to channel these messages today for my group number threes. Messages for my group threes, please. Messages for my group number threes. What can we know? What can you tell us? What is going on in their energy? What's going on with my group threes? How will they know this is their reading? Messages for my group threes, please. How will they know this is their reading? What's going on in their energy? Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group threes, please. What's going on with them? What do we need to talk about today? Thank you, Spirit. What do we need to talk about today when it comes to my group threes? What do we need to talk about today? Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group threes. What's going on in their energy? Temperance. Ooh, this feels like this is a good time. Wow, I like it. You're inspired, you're moisturized, you're glowing. Looking as I say that, the Empress is like, yep, keep going, keep going. All right, you guys are doing good. Energetically, it feels really, really good. It feels like I'm doing me, you know, I'm in my power. I've learned some things. Self-love is good, confidence is good, and also tolerance is kind of low. Not in a bad way, but in a you're not afraid to choose yourself type of way. All right, lots of beautiful energy coming through. You guys are probably looking really radiant on the outside. Group threes, it's a good time to take new selfies. All right, we have Sagittarius, Leo, Libra, and Taurus. Ooh, people want to get together with you. They want to work with you, hang out with you, collaborate with you. I feel like you have your pick. We have King of Cups in reverse. Tell me about Temperance, please. Messages for my group number threes. What's going on in their energy? Why Temperance? The Hangman. Yeah, babe. This feels so good. This feels like you're surrendered to life and you're taking, it's almost like I'm seizing this time where there is nothing major maybe happening. There's nothing majorly new being introduced. I'm focusing on my health, my wealth, my credit score, my body, you know, keeping it tight and right, whatever that is. Creativity, if you guys are artists, singers, writers, it feels like it's a really good time for that. And it feels like you're just going with the flow. It feels like you're no longer in this teetering energy of balancing things, spreading yourself thin, or maybe going back and forth over what you should or shouldn't be doing right now, or where your focus should be. Why the Ace of Wands? Messages for my group threes. What's their energy? What's going on with them? How will they know this is their reading? We have the 10 of Wands. We have the 3 of Wands in reverse. Tell me why the 3 of Pentacles. Tell me why the King of Cups. Okay, so you have it all, quote unquote, it all. You know, we could always have more, of course. Except fill in the blank. Except for the supportive partner or the right something. It's like you in your own spiritual and body and self and love and all of that. I feel like that's good. I feel like when it comes to the physical on the outside, that's where we're like, okay, that could be better. It's been a long time. I want to have a new beginning eventually. And I'm doing my best to kind of prepare myself for that. But for now, nothing is kind of changing. So that's why you're in this Hangman energy. I do think that you want someone to work with, someone to build with. But there's stability and emotional depth and, you know, and commitment and loyalty that's needed. And it doesn't feel like that's present right now. So you're just hanging back. Now, if this is talking about work, this feels same thing. You're hanging in there, you're doing the thing, but maybe your boss hasn't pulled through on that thing that you guys talked about a while ago, or your company or the place is seeming a little, you know, they're not really there for you right now, but you're like, it's okay. That's going to eventually change. I'm just hanging in there. I'm doing what I can and I'm enjoying it for what it is. Tell me about the Queen of Wands in reverse with the 3 of Pentacles. Why the Queen of Wands in reverse with the 3 of Pentacles? We have the Eight of Wands. So it's the timing of things, but also surrendering to knowing that the right people, the right place, the right partner, that you will be reunited. Now, this is a reunited energy with that Six of Cups, but that could also be talking about soul reuniting. Like my soulmate is out there. I don't like the timing of things. I don't like how long it's taken, but I've surrendered to the fact that we are going to reunite. So there's a feeling here of not knowing when, but knowing it's going to happen. Now, for those of you that this is talking about career, this is talking about a career that you love. Maybe you work with children, or maybe children are a factor regardless if it's career or love. But this could also be talking about you love what you do, even if your place of employment or your boss or anything like that, or whoever is in charge, even if they're not kind of coming through for you right now. Tell me why the King of Cups in reverse with the King of Pentacles in reverse. Messages for my group number 3s. What's their energy? What's going on with them? Ten of Swords in reverse. Yeah, letting this go. The World. So if this is talking about like your partner, your person that you're waiting to have a relationship with one day or be with one day, this is talking about them closing out some major painful cycles. This is talking about them almost elevating up. And that could be where they're at in the journey. We're not checking in on that in this reading because this is all about you, but that could be talking about ending of cycles and letting go of painful things. This could also be talking about you as well, that you've closed out some major cycles. And now we're just kind of like, okay, I'm ready for what's next. True love. So again, there's a feeling here of wanting reunion, wanting to unite or reunite. Tower reverse, Star reverse. And sometimes it feels a little hopeless because it's been so long, or things feel almost like impossible. Death reverse. So this energy feels like it may have been feeling stuck for a while. Hermit reverse, Queen of Swords in reverse, but you're sticking to it. You're holding your boundary. All right. We have more fixed energy that showed up with that World card. So more Leo. We also have Aquarius, more Taurus, and Scorpio showing up. All right. If that sounds like you, my group number 3s, let's see what messages your angels and your guides have for you. Let's see what they want you to know. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group number 3s, please. Messages from their angels and guides. What would their angels and guides want them to know at this moment in time? Messages for my group number 3s, please. Messages from their angels and guides. What do they need to know? What do my group number 3s need to know at this moment in time? Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group number 3s, please. What do they need to know? What do their angels and guides want them to know at this moment in time? What do my group number 3s need to know? Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group 3s. We have the Justice card, so more Libra energy coming through. We had that with that Empress as well. So this is about finding balance. Interesting. So this is beautiful. This is talking about the karma in your life is going to be balanced. This is talking about all is right and your wishes coming true. Look how beautiful that is. We just got the Nine of Cups confirming that. Messages for my group number 3s. What do their angels and they're like, do you think you've been through all this and worked this hard and you're this beautiful person and you're not going to get to be happy? They're like, no, you're going to get what you deserve. I know you've had to be patient. I get it, because there's a feeling here of, wishing things were different. But this feels like you're going to get things that you've been wanting. We have the Nine of Pentacles. We have the Four of Cups. This talks about being bored or being single. I'm tired of being single. This also talks about being very independent as well. We have the Devil reverse. So the actions that you've taken have led you here. We're going to take this upright, actually. Because whatever habits or toxic energies, or maybe this is, if it's talking about the person you're going to be with, it's like we needed to close out karmic cycles and now it's being balanced. Why the Nine of Cups? As it should be. We have the Seven of Wands in reverse. Tell me about the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Three of Swords. There's been a lot of heartbreak Why then? There's heartbreak here over like being alone or feeling like we're going to be alone. Maybe we're also using work as like a distraction, but this is also talking about how you spend your time and how like the things that you do right now, which I think you guys are doing a pretty good job. But this is talking about being single for a really long time and feeling maybe disappointed by that. But I feel like you guys have what's coming, like, towards you. I feel like it is. I feel like what you've been desiring. And even though right now you may be kind of, some of you guys may not necessarily realize how far you've really come. And this is a really, really important part of your journey. And for now, they want you to stay focused on your goals, find your peace. And I know that you guys are probably tired of hearing that, but at least you know that you're, according to my little cards today, June 2025, or whenever you come across this, you're heading in the right direction, or you took the right kind of measures, or you did the right thing. Tell me about the Queen of Pentacles with the Three of Swords. Messages from my group threes, please. What do they need to know? Messages from their angels and guides. What do they need to know? Why the Queen of Pentacles with the Three of Swords? You've been heartbroken over lack of reciprocity or over giving. Yeah, there's this feeling here. You guys had wounds from the past, could be from your childhood or regarding children. Um, this has to do with your own growth, not just the person you're going to be with. There was past energy that we needed to clear. Some of you guys, not for everyone, but for some, you became a parent with someone else. And then there was a lot of karma to clear and things to bring back into justice, into balance. And this could signify closings of big chapters for not just, your partner, but also you as well. This talks about the Tower reverse. It has to do with avoidance, and sometimes we avoid um, our history, or we avoid the things that happen to us. We feel like if we don't remember them, or we forgot, or we don't think about them, that they're not affecting us. That could have been a painful reality. And for others of you, this could have been rebuilding after the tower came down with that tower reverse. It's time to rebuild. This required you to be alone or be single, be independent. So for some of you, when your partner does come in, accepting help might be kind of an issue that you may have to work through, or you might have to get used to. You're going to have to learn to say yes to having help, because being hyper independent in a relationship, that's then just be by yourself, right? Independence is great. Independence is absolutely needed in a relationship. But if you are absolutely refusing to let your partner help you with anything, that's what I mean. Obviously, we don't want codependency because we can't make a decision. We can't fart without the other person farting too. We don't want that. All right. I see that this person, they're going to pursue you. They're going to talk to you or message you. They're going to be very curious about you. Your independence also is attractive to them, and so is theirs to you. So you guys will have your own separate lives, especially by the time you get together. But like I said, you're going to have to be willing to put some of that growth that you went through into practice. All right. The full reverse. So talking about delays, which we already saw. All right, my group number threes. That's what I have for you today. We have Capricorn and Libra, Leo. I think we called them out. Yeah, I have you on the earth signs, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. All right. We're going to do a words of affirmation card, and then we're also going to do a question. So you guys can start thinking of your question, but continue thinking of it when I shuffle that other deck. All right, thank you, Spirit. Can we get some words of affirmation for my group number threes? What do they need to know? We have, I engage with others in ways that honor and respect them. So being more aware of your surroundings and people around you, perhaps, how you engage with others. This could also be talking about like smiling more in public, not for other people, but I mean for yourself. Sometimes it even helps our mood. All right. Go ahead and think of your question, friends. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group number 3s. Can we get an answer to the question on their mind? An answer to the question on my group 3's mind. We have your magic is potent. So a reminder that you're always manifesting. And again, me mentioning that smile, it does change up the energy. So a reminder of that, okay? Also, what you speak out into existence might come true. So watch what you say, especially in moments of passion, whether it's extreme happiness or anger. My group number 3s. That is what I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed your reading. I hope it resonated. Thank you for being here. Please take care of yourselves, and I'll catch you the next one. Thanks, guys.